Well, I was walking up the East Coast Sea. I saw a big city there in front of me. So many lights and shiver up my spine. I sure had a pretty skyline. Hey, friend, what's that town called? New York City. Ooh-wee. Well, I crossed the bridge. I took a look around. There's a whole lot of people here in this town. Most like me had come from afar, but everybody drove the same yellow car. Not very well, I might add. Not many spoke English. Well, I enjoyed some improv and took in a show. I saw some pictures by Van Gogh. Watched the Knickerbockers play some hoop. I spent my last dollar on a cup of soup. Hey, buddy, can you spare a dime? Seen an old man in Central Park, struck up a conversation after dark. Said I don't mean to sound too funny, but ain't this here where you make all the money? He said you come to the right place, son. I said, good, where do I get me some? He said head due south right there on Broadway, out down where the towers used to be. Streets downtown are kind of strange. That's somewhere in there's a stock exchange. You can't miss it. Yeah, and that's where they make all the money. Well, I took his advice and walked at daybreak till my feet hurt and my stomach ached. Stopped right there where I come to the water. There's 10 million people on top of each other. Well, the Big Apple, melting pot of the world. I love New York. Well, I ducked inside the first bank I saw, said I'd like to make a cash withdrawal. Teller lady said, you ain't on the books. I said, yeah, but I've got my good looks. Ain't this Bank of America? I'm one of those. But I didn't have a driver's license, had no checks, cash, or credit, no stocks or bonds, no collateralized debt obligations, no derivatives, no credit default swaps, no money. Well, I left there feeling kind of blue. I wasn't quite sure what to do. Across the street, what did I spy? A campsite called Occupy. So this is how the 99% live. Well, I went right over and said, what's the fee? Everybody yelled. Rolled out my blanket there on the concrete. Wrote a letter to my mother. I'd moved to Wall Street. Please send suit and tie. Everybody talking, I didn't catch a word. They're saying something about the Federal Reserve. Everybody had something they didn't like. I stayed up all night on the People's Mic. We're assembled here. To seek redress of grievances. We are nonviolent. To a degree. Unless, of course, you disagree. Well, I just finished my spray paint sign. I was out reading the New York Times. Somebody screamed the cops are here. I seen 200 in riot gear. Yeah, somebody bounced a rent check. Well, in self-defense, we all started singing I Shall Be Free, and they started swinging clouds of pepper spray in the air. There's anarchists running everywhere. Loudspeaker blaring, get out of here. Helicopter spotlighting flares. Nightsticks hitting old ladies with purple hair. Yeah, that vet in the wheelchair didn't have a prayer. Lady Liberty seen this ain't fair. They're protecting the interest of the billionaire. Economists call this laissez-faire. To me, it's like Tiananmen Square. I'm starting to wonder about this occupation. Well, I'm not sure if it's in heaven or hell. When I woke up in the Manhattan jail, said I wanted my phone call soon. Say, tell it to the judge this afternoon. Dear Mom, I had to move. Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I've been framed. You'll never see me again. I'm not guilty with an alibi. He said it's a $100 fine to occupy. I said, what about my damages? He said, there are none. My backpack, he said, is gone. Yeah, but I don't have $100, Your Honor. He said, don't get me started. Well, they let me out around midnight to cross the border before daylight. Said I won't go, I ain't a coward. They said, son, you got 24 hours. Yeah, thanks for the ride there, my friend. You sure are kind. Now, ain't that just a pretty skyline? Well, I traveled 2 weeks to get back home. I should be there tomorrow morning. Just can't wait to stand and deliver when I occupy Eagle River. Alaska, that is. You know, right down the road from Wasilla. And it's there I'll stay and shall persist till the world sees this injustice. Power to the people I will lament. The bank should not run the government. Yeah, better be prepared to stay there for a while. This machine kills fascists.